All right, welcome everybody. We are live from the Innovation District in downtown Erie, PA. It is time for Ventures Live. Hi everyone, I'm Brian Slaywin from the Ben Franklin Technology Partners. And on today's show,
And I'm Sean Fedorko from Radius Cowork.
we'll be talking with a space geek who came to Erie to shake up the startup scene and have him tell us how it's going. Then we'll talk about innovation, the co-working community, and finally, he'll tell us who he'd like to meet, what his favorite food is, and why, and then, if he had all the power in the world, what he would like to do with it. It's Meet, Eat, Conspire coming up on Ventures Live. But first, here's what's happening in the Erie Innovation District in the next 7 days.
I'll continue in that great announcer voice, by the way, I'll just roll with it. Tonight, it's Night at the Bayhawks. Join the coolest group of young professionals, asterisks, and watch some hoops. Get your tickets at eriebayhawks.com. One of the guys watching, Greg Windle of Erie Multimedia, I know will be broadcasting that live and recording it for later. On Saturday, join Alice and Dave DeGeorge for Alice in Winter Wonderland. 1 p.m. at the brewery at Union Station. Tickets are only $10.
And you get a free drink.
So tickets
It's really
are
free.
Then at 4 p.m., also at the brewery, Brad Ford kicks off his run for City Council. Next Tuesday, the last day of January, is a big day in the district. At noon, join Adam Williams, lawyer of fame and fortune here in Erie.
Our favorite.
Our dear to our hearts, at Radius Cowork. And you're going to learn the right way to hire an employee and also learn what you'll be avoiding as far as illegality. Then at 7 p.m. at the H.O. Hurt Auditorium at the library, the Innovation Collaborative hosts an entrepreneur roundtable discussion. This is something you shouldn't miss if you have any interest in entrepreneurship, either for yourself or in the community. And finally, on Thursday, February 2nd, join the PRSA at Northwest PA for a lunch and learn. This is social media in the pros with Cleveland Indians Associate Director of Communications at the Sheridan at Bayfront. Tickets at the door, and it starts at 11:30. Any more information is available on Facebook for all of these events and Erie PA Entrepreneurs Group, and share the events of course on Twitter with the hashtag There's Nothing to Do in Erie. We use that ironically. It's ironic.
Yes. All right, everyone. So I'm pretty excited. So my story with Sean goes back more than a year ago. Actually, the summer of 15, when I was interviewing for the position at Ben Franklin Technology Partners, and I was making some phone calls up east and ran into, luckily, thankfully, Sean Fedorko, who got me introduced to like another 10 people who I have great phone calls with. So Sean really is the center of most awesomeness, technology, innovation, and of course, one of the co-founders of Radius Cowork. So Sean, tell us, you're a space geek?
Yeah, so my tech interest is in telecommunications, and within telecommunications, the orbital satellite ring that bounces data all around the globe. Of course, that means I'm interested in launch services, I'm interested in spectrum, wireless spectrum allocation, and then, of course, beyond low Earth orbit and medium Earth orbit into the rest of the solar system and how we'll communicate with our devices and with eventually our missions to those locations.
So there actually happens to be a company here in Erie, Bliley Technologies, that is a huge piece of that entire system. I know you know Keith. Share a little bit about Bliley.
Yeah, Keith is a great new CEO come into Bliley Technologies and coming into the Erie community. He's bringing some pretty intense talent and also some pretty intense ambition to leverage what Bliley Technology has done for decades in the satellite industry. Bliley Technology builds crystal oscillators, and crystal oscillators are what control the frequency for our radio frequency communications. Those crystal oscillators are on space probes that we've built, like New Horizons. So the New Horizons space probe pushing deep into our solar system, returning incredible scientific data, is returning that data through a crystal oscillator built at Bliley Technologies here in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Here in Erie, PA.
Can you believe that?
Why Erie, PA? Because we're in outer
Because
space.
we build spaceships.
So, Sean, tell us a little bit about, you're doing all this space geek stuff, you're really interested in all of that, and suddenly you find yourself in Erie, PA, leading the Tech Council, and that then becomes Radius Cowork. Can you share a little bit about that?
Sure. So before I came back to Erie, I was in Washington, D.C., doing telecommunications policy analysis. And some of the companies in Erie, when I would visit, my family were here, I would update on where telecom policy was.
Right.
Specifically VNet. And when I had an opportunity to come back and work on a short contract in Erie, I thought it was a great chance to work closely with a telecommunications company deploying fiber residential triple play service, which is about to go live, as VNet has just announced.
Yeah.
And getting my feet on the ground and working with a company like that would have been a great experience. And through the Tech Council, I would gain some more experience with other technology industry. But there was nowhere to work. I worked at co-working spaces in Washington, D.C., and I thought I would work in Erie's co-working space, only to find out that there was no such thing.
Yep.
So I thought, this will be easy. During the 6 months I'm here, I'll throw together a co-working space, too. How hard can it be? I'm a smart guy. Well, I had never worked in business before, and it turns out 20 months later, we're still throwing it together. And I'm not as smart a guy as I thought I was.
Like every good startup, you try again, right? But the thing that I've loved since coming here is the community that you've built, right? We're still working on the financial model and a bunch of different things. And actually some pretty exciting news is going to be announced, I don't know, within the next 2, 3, 4 weeks about Radius. So stay tuned. I mean, I'm talking really cool stuff will be announced in the next few months or next few weeks. But one of the things that I know that's been built here is the excitement around the community that frankly is the best part about Radius Cowork. Tell us a little bit about the community.
Yeah, so building a co-working space only has marginally any interest in desks. Answer to a question live, new coffee. This is not a new coffee. This is Radius Roca Mocha, our branded coffee that we worked with Jack Barton of Out of the Gray, another cool company here in Erie, to create a customized roast for our members. But, of course, branded coffee and desks are only one component of a co-working space. The primary work is building a community of people who want to work together and share information with each other, assist one another, go to lunch with each other, or start new businesses together. And that community building takes a great, great deal of work when that community hasn't existed in a city before. So most of what we've been doing for 20 months is bringing together people in the community that are starting businesses or are working remotely or are running nonprofits and in the investment space, as Brian is here with Ben Franklin Technology Partners, and getting them connected. And then, of course, having fun while doing it.
Just tell us the big news now. It'll be all right. Jeff McCullough is asking.
Jeff, you will have the answers as soon as I have the answers.
We can't. All right, it's time for our always favorite feature, Meet, Eat, Conspire. Are you ready, Sean?
I'm ready.
So, of all of the people alive or dead, who would you really, who you already haven't, who would you really like to meet and why?
I would like to meet Elon Musk. Because Elon Musk is, if you ever have seen any of his presentations or read anything he's written, a fairly quiet, humble, introverted guy who had decided that he wanted to accomplish a few things and nothing would really deter him. Right. I'm just curious to know what his passion and vision and driving thought process has been. It's great that he's built a solar company. It's great he's built an electric car company. It's great he's built a rocket company. I'm kind of curious about the mentality behind a person who builds the most advanced solar company, the most advanced electric car company, and the most advanced rocket company simultaneously when every one of those industries had already concluded that what he wanted to do couldn't be accomplished. I think that's really fascinating.
So for all of you out there who may or may not know, well, no, you got to know Elon Musk or can get this guy introduced to Elon Musk, now's your call to action. Eat. What is your favorite food and why? Oh, and make sure that so Sean has this theory, which I love, that a real innovation district, a real startup community can't really be viable unless...
So there are two components that are absolutely necessary. Thai food and craft beer.
That's right.
So, Jeff McCullough, I'm glad you're here. You're a critical component of Erie's startup community, the only craft brewery I see tuning in right now that tells me you're heavily invested in the success of entrepreneurs. I appreciate that as an entrepreneur yourself.
So are those two your favorite foods? Or
No,
there a favorite
absolutely
food?
not.
Okay, what is
While
your
I
favorite
think
food?
those things are critical and I do enjoy them, my favorite food is probably scotch. And my
'Cause
favorite...
it's made out of wheat.
Yeah, it's just made out of wheat. And my favorite compliment to scotch is pizza. And specifically,
pizza and scotch.
Steve-O's. I never have those things together, by the way. But the other thing I love is pizza. Steve-O's Pizza in Erie, downtown State Street, between 10th and 11th. Also crucial to the startup scene in Erie. I think I see most of you, everyone who is tuning in now, I believe I see you at Steve-O's fairly consistently. And if you're watching this later, you will probably go get Steve-O's for lunch, if not today, then tomorrow.
And for those of you that like to eat healthfully and believe that grapes are part of that, Beth Zimmer, of course, is more than happy. Wine is also key.
Wine is also key. So we do wine downs here at Radius. Again, community building. Involves, of course, a lot of work, but it also involves stopping people from working too much.
Right.
So 5 o'clock on Fridays, occasionally we'll bring in wine and snacks and drinks, and everybody just hangs out and has a conversation about what they're doing.
All right, Sean, because you are a guest on Ventures Live, you are now imbued with all of the power on the face of the earth. If you had all of that power, what would you do and why?
So there are two really, once you get down to why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why did I start a co-working space? I want to build things. Why do I want to build things? I believe in progress and accomplishment. Why do I think progress and accomplishment matter? Because I think the human race, in the grand scheme of things, is on a positive trajectory. I think we're learning more, accomplishing more, both about ourselves and about the universe. So if I had all the power in the world, in the universe, well, I'll concern myself with human beings.
Right.
We won't go into like Silver Surfer or like, Grand Infinity Gauntlet level powers here. We don't have Infinity Gems, but if I had all the power on the Earth, I would facilitate and coordinate expansion and colonization on Mars. Because of the long, grand sweep of the human race, I think that survival matters and exploration matters. I think that a philosophically, emotionally, an intellectually dead race that does not explore both itself inwardly and its space outwardly is dead. And I think that that is our grand sweep in the history of the universe. So I would coordinate work toward colonization of Mars.
All right, how about a nice big round of applause for Sean?
How about that round of applause? This applause is greater than anything Peyton Manning has ever received. It's great.
So, Sean, how do people get in touch with you? Not that all of the dozen or so people don't know, but...
You can reach me. Anything that's a social media for Radius Cowork goes to me. So, at Radius Cowork on just about any social media platform, contact at radiusco.work. Or you can drop by 1001 State Street in Suite 907, where Radius Cowork operates its co-working space, and you'll probably find me hiding in a call room or drinking coffee.
All right, just a quick reminder, and make sure you tell all your friends. Ventures Live every Friday morning, 9 a.m., streaming from the Innovation District in Erie, PA, in the Erie, PA Entrepreneurs Group on Facebook. Of course, today we're pleased as punch to be coming to you from the offices of Radius Cowork. Now, go ahead.
There's one more thing we forgot to ask, which is what's on your feet?
Oh, well, we'll get there.
Okay.
We'll
I'm jumping the gun. Okay.
Well, you told the punchline. That's all right. Whatever. We're flexible here. Now, next week, join us as we welcome the CTO of RenderFX, Matt Silva, from their palatial offices at the Erie Technology Incubator at Gannon University. Matt's going to talk about the latest and greatest in video marketing and technology and the upcoming hands-on RenderFX seminar. Well, you'll get to use RenderFX, and actually you'll get a whole month free. Oh, that's pretty impressive.
I pay a lot every month for that, so that sounds enticing to me.
And finally...
Oh, I want to say hi to Matt, by the way, and I look forward to your show. Matt was our first member of Radius Cowork to walk in the door. We opened on May 1st, 2015, and Matt Silva walked in with monitors in his hand. So,
oh my gosh. Well, way to go, Matt. Matt started it all. All right, finally, because the clothes make the man... and shoes speak louder than words, it's time for What's on... You're supposed to show me. What's on your feet?
I can show you.
All right,
here's what we got.
Today, Mr. Fedorko has holy
We're
macaroni.
standing out of the light, Brian. You gotta stand out of the light. So what I'm rocking. Oh God. What I'm rocking today, everyone, is a Johnston and Murphy tan brown shoe.
God.
It's a wingtip with high broguing, and I want to plug Rudy's Shoe Repair.
Look at the socks.
Rudy's
The
Shoe
socks.
Repair on 26th Street. Rudy's just removed and replaced my heel, repolished the wood sole, and re-glued everything with a high machine polish. So I'm going to go ahead and plug Rudy and recommend that you all give him a call.
All right. Sean, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a very exciting... Oh, that's backwards. Let's do this. You can always reach me at Ben Frank Bryan on Twitter, and my card won't focus. Anyway, whatever. At Ben... here we go. At Ben Frank Bryan on Twitter. We'll be back with more Ventures Live sometime in the very near future. Actually, next Friday with Matt.
Yeah, next Friday. There's no sometime.
There's no
know
sometime.
Exactly when it'll be.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week. I'm still Brian Slaywin.
I'll always be Sean Fedorko.
Have a great week. Bye.